Welcome back, dear students. So, in our today's session, we are going to see the concept of topologies, right? So, topologies and its types. First of all, we'll let you know what does it mean. So, friends, we know that the computers are interconnected in a network, but in order to make any network work properly, what do we have to do? Yes, the computers should be arranged in a particular manner. So we need to arrange that computers. So our arrangement is completely dependent on what the hardware capabilities we have for the network and the characteristics, the mode of data transfer. So these factors are concerned while making a network. Obviously, price also matters. So it should be connected as a economical way. It should be reliable, and the very important part is its future growth of the network, that is whether any modification can be made in the existing network. So we are having the network topology. Yes, it is a arrangement with which what we can do, computer systems or network devices are connected to each other. The term topology itself refers to the configuration of cables, computers and other peripherals which are connected in a particular network, which completely based on the need, the reliability, the economical condition and the growth of your future computer network. So friends, one by one we will see what are the types of topologies and we'll see in details. So here we are going to see the three main types of topologies, that is star topology, burst topology and tree topology. So let's see one by one. Here is first one, star topology. So friends, star network is one of the most common network topologies. So in a star topology what we have? We have the computers. The computers we can call here nodes also, and the way of connection we can give it as a links. So the computers on the network connect to a centralized the main connectivity device is there, which we are going to call here as a hub. So here each computer is connected with its own cable. As you can see in this diagram, there are different computers, and in the center one main device is there. That main device is known as here a hub, and the different nodes here are nothing but the computers are connected with its own cable to a port on the hub. So data on a star network passes through this hub, or you can call this hub as a concentrator. So the data will come to the hub and it will go continue to its destination. So here hub is the only main central activity that manages and controls all the functions of the network. So this hub is centralized and main here. So in a star topology, it is designed with each node like workstation, printers, laptops, servers. They are going to connect to this central hub, and each node has a cable that goes from its network interface card to a network. Means each own cable of the node are going to connect to the hub. The most common cable used here is our coaxial cable. We'll see in our next video what are coaxial cables. So friends, star topology is basically used for local area networks where all the nodes are connected to a central point which we called hub or concentrator, which are going to communicate as a main communication channel here. So this is a manner in which all the number of wires are connected to each node. So central hub controls here the main communication between all the nodes, and the messages sent by one node is going to come first to the hub, and then from here it going to passes or transmit it to the receiver node through this hub only. So the main hub is a main centralized thing here. Friends, it is very easy to implement and extend this star topology, and it is easy to install also here. Security can also be there if the hub is implemented here, and whenever computers you want to add for a future growth, you can add it here. So what are the disadvantage of star topology? The disadvantage is only such that here we have the limited cable length and the limited number of computers, and one of the biggest disadvantage is failure of the main hub or a central hub or central node, which going to completely collapse your entire network. So the network is going to stop when the hub fails. So friends, next we'll go to the bus topology. Friends, the next topology we will see is a bus topology. As you can see in this diagram, the bus topology is a multi-point topology. So in this topology, the node, that is the computers and the peripherals and the other servers, are connected through a shared communication line. Here you can see the shared communication line is there. That line is we are going to call the bus. And friends, you can see at the both end they are the terminators. Let me clear you, this is very easy to connect the computer at this bus, and also you can see here the cable length is also limited here. You can easily extend it. And the very important thing is there, if suppose one of the computer is going to stop the working or going to fail, so it does not affect the other computers here. So bus topology is one of the simplest physical topologies, and famously we are going to use it for the LAN, which is a local area network. And friends, here the main backbone is the one single cable which runs here, but this backbone again is going to be a major drawback. Yes, if the entire network shut down, when if there is a break in the main cable. Yes, so in a bus topology all the computers are connected through a single cable, whereas if we compare it with the star network, what happened there is one central hub which is indirectly connected to the all computer network. And if we see in a bus topology, only one host can transmit data if a bus is free. But in star network, what happened? There is a transmission through the central hub. So whatever the data, it goes first to the hub, then to the receiver node. So here you can compare the economic of the both. That is, a star topology obviously costlier than the bus topology. And friends, in the star topology, the failure of one computer does not affect the other computer. So star topology, you can say, is a reliable as compared to the bus topology, because the bus topology the entire network shut downs if there is a break in the cable, and you can see it is difficult to identify the problem also in the entire network if it is shut down. So here is a low security is in there in the bus topology. And again, if you have the virus detected in a network, it will affect the whole connected stations. So each topology having its own advantages and disadvantages. It is depending upon us to use what according to our needs. Friends, next we'll move to the tree topology. So in a tree topology, you can see the diagram, it's shown like a tree which having a lot of branches and that all. So tree topology, you can see friends here, it is a combination of characteristic. It is a characteristics of bus and star topologies. So the topology is, you can call here star of star topology also, this one. Here we are having star configured workstations from that branches out from a single route. So here you can see a backbone cable also there, and different nodes are also there. Here concentrator, that is hub also there, which connected to the different networks. So tree topology is a type of network topology where nodes are arranged in the design of a tree. You can see here it is in the type of tree where the branching cables start from the top, which is a root node here. Like our tree having a root to the ground, here it having to the top. So branching cable having no loops connected to the root with all other nodes in the form. And you can see it is more expensive because here the so many wire, densely wired technology it is there. And friends, remember, it is a combination of the both characteristics of bus and star topology. So this topology is mostly used on the larger networks. The tree network has the same advantages. It is again a highly flexible because you can easily extend it by simply adding a new hub. A new user can be added. Friends, you can easily control the root node, which provides the centralized management and monitoring. You can easily find out where the fault detection is there in the network. You can manage it easily. But as we know, it's having its own disadvantages. So what are the disadvantages? The entire network depends on one node, and the failure in that nodes means, yes, complete breakdown of the whole network. So if the main central backbone line breaks, the entire segment goes down. So if we see, in the some cases it is a best topology. How? Because the signals are transmitted by the root nodes, and that is going to receive by the all computers at the same times.